All right, Leggari Nation, coming from Pueblo, Colorado. This is my epoxy job for my floor. So here we have 285 square feet that this originally had carpet and now is going to be epoxied. So this is our living room, this is our bathroom, toilet out, cabinets out, everything done, and this is our laundry room. So, needless to say, this job is hard. It is all about the prep. Prep. Here you can see I grinded down the floor a lot to try to get that level by my toilet to where I'm pretty much down to the aggregate. So this floor has been, in the bathroom and the laundry room we had tile. In here we had carpet. The challenging part for me was not so much the grinding out here. So we grinded and then I did a 3-in-1 acid wash that I bought from, I guess, Walmart. The hard part here was my house, as you can see this, I don't know if you can see this line, okay? I watched a lot of videos that they show a lot of garages with your crack that's been cut in. Here, these guys built my house, and instead of putting the wall at the foundation, they kept it back. As you can see, you know, that's about 4 or 5 inches there. And then on top of that, my house is about 15 years old. So all the videos I watched, they filled the cracks, but none of them showed expansion joints with the black, almost inch thick foam that they put in between there. So the challenging part for my job was that my foundation and my floor weren't level. So what I ended up having to do on the outside, my floor was slightly higher in a lot of spots than my main floor. So I had to use a concrete leveler and level it with the floor, okay? Once it was level and dry, then there was a few areas that I used. Let's see, I know I got some good areas over here. So if you see this lighter gray stuff, okay? That's actually some stuff called rock type. It's super fast setting concrete that really it's set super fast, okay? But once I leveled the floor on both sides, I allowed the underlay to dry, or the concrete leveler, sorry. Then what I did is I went in there and I cut out about 1 inch of the expansion joint down. So thankfully my house is settled for the most part. I didn't want to fill in the whole expansion joint just in case my house still needs to settle. So after I cut the inch of expansion joint out, I used Leggari's Patcher's Paste to go ahead and fill in the gap. So I filled it in, let it sit, then came back and grinded it again. I had to wait over a day in order to be able to grind the Patcher's Paste. It was just, if it's not fully dry, it starts spitting like glue, and then it starts to stick to your floor, so it does got to be dry. So I did use Patcher's Paste on the big gaps. Here you can see a small gap. Now this was a cut-in joint here, so this was actually cut in. But all the floor has been grinded twice. All the ends, I know I put the blue tape. To be honest with you, the only reason, all these videos show garages being poured or flat floors. This is actually my living room inside. I taped up my vents there and I put laundry sheets over them so that no dust can blow in. I'm getting ready to do the floor now. So I did that. Now I also went around the whole entire perimeter of my area that I'm laying, and I siliconed right at the wall. That way I'm not getting any unnecessary epoxy underneath the walls or in places it just doesn't need to be. I allowed that to dry. Now truthfully, my trim is gonna go down where that blue tape is, so I don't necessarily care about my nap roller rubbing against the wall right there. The only reason that I put tape there is honestly to keep any drywall from falling if I brush it with the roller when I'm rolling it. I don't want any drywall or anything falling off. So the whole perimeter has been taped off. And then you can see I got my cords, I got everything out of my way. These are my return air vents, believe it or not. Those just have magnets on them. So that's just magnetic photo paper to keep any air from being sucked in. I got a place that it blows out up there, so it can still blow air in here because I want it to dry, but at the same time I don't want dust. So I've scraped, I've washed, I've grinded. The grinding took a really long time. I'm telling you, it takes a long time for prep. At least in my situation, when I had foundation that was unlevel and a big 1-inch expansion joint, really made the job a pain in the butt. This is my laundry room. We've been dragging the washer and dryer in and out to do laundry. But needless to say, it is all about the prep. If you watch the leggari videos, the actual laying of the epoxy is not the hard part. They don't show you the hours and hours and hours and hours of grinding and dust everywhere and your wife all mad at you because the house is filled with dust. As you can see over here, I did try to tape off my room. This is my living room. Everything else is out there. But nonetheless, the patcher's paste, here you can see a little bit of it. That's where I just filled in from letting my grinder turn off with the saw blade still going and letting it sit. So we filled all the small imperfections with the patcher's paste. We filled the joint. So everything is finally ready to go. I vacuumed the walls, I vacuumed the floor, I've got all the dust to settle. And here, if you see these little dots, I'm wondering why these are white. These are spots that we forgot to hit with the leggari patcher's paste. So you can see the patcher's paste here, how it's clear. This is actually rock tight again. That's stuff that dries really, really fast. It's a good filler. And then again, of course, I have to grind everything after. But we are ready to rock. So we'll let you guys see how our leggari floor kit comes out. We picked floor kit number 26, which is brass with black highlights. The only thing that we are going to do different is my wife thought it was blue in there because a lot of the different shades. And unfortunately there was no blue, so we ordered turquoise blue to go in with. We ordered a 250 square kit. This is 285 square feet, so I did have to purchase in the single item section an additional, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it ended up being 1.5 gallons more plus the 2 colors, brass and black. So we're gonna end up having a 3-tone floor here. I'm curious to see how it comes out. I just finished vacuuming. I might have to vacuum one more time because as you see the dogs ran through here. So, and then we're gonna put the primer down and we're gonna go from there. So I hope y'all enjoy it. I'm curious to see how it comes out. This is my first time doing an epoxy floor. Remember, it's just all about the prep. The epoxy is the fun part. Thanks for watching. Bye.